Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans page where I give very personal finance advice. Hello and welcome back to this episode. Today we're going to be talking about subscriptions. And before we get into it, I want you to let me know down in the comments below which subscription services you have and how much do you think you're paying in total for all those subscriptions. So every few months when I'm auditing my budget, I want to make sure that there's no subscription services that I'm subscribed to that I'm not aware of. So according to this recent article from Variety, US consumers are now spending over $47 a month on streaming services, which is up 24% since COVID, which makes sense since people are staying at home and looking for more content to consume. Additionally, while Americans think they only spend $50 a month on streaming services, their total monthly spend on subscriptions in total can be upwards of $250 when you account for data storage, dating services, gaming subscriptions, and other Loot Crate style boxes. So let's take a look at which streaming services are currently winning the streaming wars. So with this great infographic from Visual Capitalist, we can see that Netflix reigns supreme with over 204 million subscribers worldwide since Q4 of 2020. Second to Netflix, you have Prime Video with 150 million subscribers, but of course Prime Video comes along for the ride with Amazon Prime in general. And then you have Spotify, which is the king of audio and music streaming. And then you have a couple of Chinese companies down here from Tencent and QUI. Disney Plus is actually the surprise winner of streaming in 2020, reaching over 95 million subscribers in the year. To put that in perspective, Disney Plus only launched in November 2019 and had hoped to surpass 85 million subscribers by 2024. But they reached that goal in just over a year. But Disney Plus has some great content like Mandalorian and WandaVision. And then you have some other streaming music services battling with Spotify, like Apple Music down here, as well as Prime Music. And then you have this long tail of other streaming services, including Hulu, which some of you might have, or even HBO Max, which I think a lot of people have canceled since Game of Thrones has ended. So next, let me go through my list of monthly subscriptions, and I'll let you know if I think they're worth it or not. So first up here, we have Netflix, which is $16 a month for the 4K plan. We do share it with some family as well. Then we have Amazon, which we use for a ton of things, including shipping for the most part, but we use Amazon Prime from time to time. Disney Plus, we actually got in on a pretty decent deal, paying for 2 years up front, so our cost is pretty low monthly. YouTube Premium, we pay $10 a month. I'll gladly pay for this since there's no commercials, no ads, and we do watch a lot of YouTube in this house. And then we have Spotify for $10 a month, which is not used as much as these other services, but it's a nice to have in this house. And then Hulu, which we have on and off through various promotions. Currently we pay $0 for Hulu. Apple TV Plus, I think is $5 a month, but we have a full year free through a promotion. And HBO Max, we also have free through our AT&T provider, I believe, but we probably wouldn't pay for this if we didn't have it for free. And then let's go down to data storage. First, we have Google Data Storage, which I pay an annual sub of about $20 a year. It's about $2 a month, so it's just to store extra photos and email and such. And then I have iOS storage with Apple for about $2 a month to store my extra photos, emails, and videos. And then we have Google Nest, which pays for our home security drop cams and Nest cams. And the annual sub for all our cameras is about $60 a year or $5 a month. And then let's go to gaming subscriptions, which I think I used to have a lot more than this. But right now I have Nintendo Switch Online, which is about $20 a year or $2 a month. I currently don't subscribe to Xbox Live Gold, but I may in the future. And then we have PlayStation Plus, which is about $60 a year or $5 a month. And in terms of some other fixed costs that we pay for annually, I do pay for Headspace, which is my meditation app that I use pretty much daily or at least every other day. So that's about $5 a month. And then for YouTube, I actually use this website called Epidemic Sound for all my music. I haven't used them recently, and I'm not sure when I resubscribe to them, but currently they're about $140 a year or $12 a month. So the total cost of all my subscriptions and fixed costs here is $85, which I feel comfortable with because that fits my budget. But what I want to challenge each and every one of you to do is to do this exercise for yourselves. And also keep note of like other subscriptions that you might be subscribing to that you might not be aware of. I used to subscribe to such things as like Loot Crates, BarkBox for my dog even, dating services when I was single, beauty boxes for you girls out there, snack boxes. Every TV network has its own subscription service now, so be careful of those, especially if you sign up for the free trials in the first few months and haven't canceled. And I spend money occasionally on Twitch for certain streamers I do watch. There's Patreon for your creator supporters out there. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans, where I talk about very personal finance advice. And a lot of gaming subscriptions, if you play MMOs, and for the parents out there, even Roblox has a subscription now. And I want each of you to be honest about what other subscription services you subscribe to, because oftentimes when you subscribe to a $20 service here, a $20 service there, it may not break the bank, but if you add each of those subscription services up, $20 here, $20 there, it can be quite a lot. So the homework I have for you is to take a look at your streaming services and all your subscriptions and write them all down. And then what I want you to do is to measure each of those streaming services on 2 different vectors. 1 is how much you use it, and 2 is how much the relative cost is. So for instance, if you have something that's high cost but also high use for you, then it's probably very valuable and you should keep it within your budget. But if you have something that's high cost but very low use, then you should probably consider getting rid of it. And ultimately, the value to cost ratio of every streaming service is up to you, but I want you to be intentional about which services and which subscriptions you keep as part of your life. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It definitely helps me out. And if you want to see more weekly videos on how to get wiser with your money, definitely consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.